In terms of the investment portfolio for the company, about 80% of our investments, a little bit more, go towards the core business, which we call our family of apps, right? So that's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and the ads business associated with that. And then a little less than 20% of our investment goes towards Reality Labs, which is the future work on building out these software and hardware platforms around the metaverse. So it's still the vast majority of what we're doing is and will continue to be going towards social media for quite some time until the metaverse becomes a larger thing. And I think you can debate whether on the order of 20% is too much for this bet, but it's not the majority of what we're doing. And then within that, it sort of breaks down into three major platforms. One is the social platform, some of what you showed in that video, which is really more of a continuation of what is social media and what is the social experiences that we're going to want to have in a more immersive environment. I think that's like the most basic thing that we're going to do, but it's actually a relatively small part of the overall Reality Labs work because software ends up being very efficient to develop. Of the rest, it's maybe about 40% goes towards our VR investment, where it's already we're selling quite a few units. I think we're investing a level that is sort of on par with what Microsoft did with when investing in Xbox at its peak. And I think the results that we're seeing right now are kind of like a game console. So obviously we don't aspire to just build a game console. We want it to be a general computing platform, but I think it's pretty likely that a downside case is that's where it turns out. And I don't think Microsoft regrets building the Xbox, so I think that that's fine. AR is really the big thing long term, right? About half or more of the investment that we're making in Reality Labs is going towards building what I think is the long-term most important form factor, which is just normal-looking glasses that can put holograms in the world. So we do a version of this conversation 5 years from now, and instead of me on a video conference, you have another chair next to you, and I'm just there as a hologram. I think that's pretty wild and can start enabling a lot of really compelling use cases for presence between people. But my perception is what yours is basically, I think a lot of people think like, okay, we're just wholly focused on the metaverse. We're not focused on the social media part and the family of apps. And I know that's basically wrong. I mean, it's the vast majority of my time and the vast majority of the company's effort is going towards the social media efforts. The engagement that we're seeing in these apps is strong. I think that people, I think that there's somewhat of a perception that it's not going as well for some reason, but internally from all the numbers that we see, the metrics are strong, engagement is going well. We have bets like Reels, which is, short form video is increasingly important. It's hard to exactly track how we're doing compared to competitors like TikTok. But if you look at external data and you try to extrapolate, we don't really have any data on how they're doing in China, but if you look at outside of data, some of the external metrics suggest that, Reels is maybe about half the time of TikTok globally outside of China. So, obviously we don't aspire to be half of anything, but compared to where we were, a year ago, maybe teens or something like that, the trends have been pretty good. And then the other thing that I'd say for our business is, the advertising part really primarily touches Facebook and Instagram, which are the advertising platforms at scale. WhatsApp is largely untapped in terms of how to monetize it, and 2 billion people are using it every day, or on a daily basis on average. So that's really the next platform that we're focused on bringing online from a business messaging and monetization perspective. And I think the potential there is going to be pretty big over the next few years as well.